Welcome back. It's time for the Roundtable, and this week there were big business headlines for each major region that makes up the greater Washington area. So which ones will matter most to you? Here to give us insight behind the headlines, two of the best when it comes to being in the know, Robert McCartney, Senior Regional Correspondent for the Washington Post, and Jennifer Neese-Connor, Assistant Managing Editor at the Washington Business Journal. Welcome to you both. As I said, lots of headlines in lots of regions. Jennifer, I'm going to let you kick it off with Montgomery County. Two businesses there making headlines. Two very big, well-known businesses in Montgomery County. We'll start with Discovery, which had some big news this week. Discovery has taken full ownership of Eurosport, and you may remember Discovery has also picked up the European and Asian rights for the Olympic Games from 2018 to 2022. So they're really kind of making this push into sports, and what's really key about this is that Discovery is getting the bulk of its revenue now from international countries and affiliates. They've got the European Olympic rights. That's a big deal. It is a really, really big deal. And then the other big headline, or something that's kind of going on, one of the most closely watched stories about companies that may move is Marriott. Marriott's in Bethesda, and they said earlier this year they're going to be looking to see where they're going to go when their lease runs out in 2022. Feeding frenzy in this region. And there's a local group that wants to bring them to the new Pike community and see if they can get them to move over that way. How do you rate the chances of that? It'll depend. I mean, we should clarify, Rockville Pike, not Columbia Pike. Right. Each Pike will get its turn. They will get, each will get their turn. The old White Flint, basically. Right, yeah. And they're rebranding it, and they're making a big push because Marriott says they want to have amenities for millennials, and they want to be close to Metro. So the old White Flint, the new Pike District, is making their push. You got to rate it as good chances. Robert, you've been following some of the headlines. You've been following all the headlines in the region, but Prince George's County with a couple of one that especially surprised me. I wasn't following it closely enough. What are the headlines from Prince George's County? Well, I think the one you're referring to is that the Rashawn Baker, the county executive, has quietly pushing to move his offices and the county council pick up the capital from Upper Marlboro to Largo. It's being called Sleepy Upper Marlboro and Thriving Largo. He's also really now the one where the Purple Line now rests. Yeah, no, the Ike Leggett, the Montgomery County executive, said that he would kick in $40 million more, as Governor Hogan, Maryland Governor Hogan, asked in order to build the Purple Line. But now Prince George's has to kick in some extra money. So there are negotiations, very closely held negotiations between Prince George's County and the state of Maryland over how much Prince George's contribution will be. And for my regional picks, of course, looking at the district, the big headline there, now they're pushing to raise minimum wage to $15 an hour. The CEO of Dunkin' Donuts came out strongly against that, saying New York City's considering it, and Dunkin' Donuts says it's a dumb idea if you want to keep businesses in business. Starbucks says they're doing well by paying more to their minimum wage employees, so we'll have to see what's going to happen in the district. And the one that gets everyone's attention, where will the Redskins go? Now Terry McAuliffe, after making a big dance for the Redskins, is saying, hey, I might not ask Virginia taxpayers to pay for a new stadium if we can't get a good enough deal for the Redskins. So take your pick, Jennifer, of all those different headlines. Which one really stands out to you as having the most impact? Well, I'm fascinated by what Discovery's doing. I mean, they have really found a way. When they were first really making this big international push, a lot of companies kind of were saying, I'm not sure what you're doing, but they've really, in this era of cable, cord cutting and everything else, they've really found a way to bring in more revenue and keep their business healthy. So the fact they're making such a big push to buy Eurosport, which is huge in Europe and Asia, it's something, it really adds to where they're going and how they're going to keep that revenue number up. Somehow I see Shark Week feeding into Olympic coverage. I don't know how, but they'll make it happen. Bob, what's the biggest headline for you that jumps out? Definitely that there's going to be a referendum in the District of Columbia on raising the minimum wage to $15. This is a big, hot, growing national issue. The district will be the first city on the East Coast to really have a big debate about this. 3 cities on the West Coast have already agreed to raise their minimum wage to $15. There's going to be a huge battle over this. Business is going to be strongly against it. They're going to spend a lot of money on it. But labor unions and anti-poverty groups and most politicians, want to be on the side of the poor people there. Before we break and then come back to the pop quiz. High, medium, or low chances of it happening here in the district? Medium. I'd say definitely not high, because business is going to be too strong against it. But so minimum wage workers, don't go out and sign up for a new mortgage just yet. Stay tuned. And businesses, don't sell and move to Virginia just yet. We'll be right back with the pop quiz. Welcome back. It's time for the pop quiz, and I want to know the answer to the question that Congress wants to know the answer to. They had Metro officials up on Capitol Hill this week grilling them, saying you still need to do better when it comes to safety and performance, but most of all, you need to find a general manager. Jennifer Nies-Conner, rate the timeline. How long will it take Metro to finally find a new GM?
It's been far too long already. I mean, I've got 3 words for them. Find a boss. You wouldn't let a company go this long without a boss, and it's time for Metro to find one.
Bob McCartney?
September 30th.
Why?
You're good.
Because it'll take them a month to figure out what kind of person they want, and then it's going to take them another month to find that person.
I say September 30th of next year. Thank you all for joining us. We've had fun this summer, and we've got some great shows coming up, a summer series of the best of. We're proud of this show, and we always enjoy it when you watch, so be sure and stay tuned for all of our upcoming Best of Washington Business Report.
Yeah.